Hi everyone, this is Martin and welcome to another weekly video update. We're going to be looking for trading opportunities for this coming week, May the 21st to the 25th. First of all, a big hello to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate that, and all the likes that you have clicked, and this is fantastic. I'm getting a lot of new subscribers from around the world. So again, hello to everyone. Keep watching the videos and I'm sure you're going to learn quite a bit. Now, over the last 4 weeks, you could have made over 2,200 pips. So part of the weekly videos, not only do I show you the different price levels and the opportunities, but I'm also usually talk about, or a little bit about, how to trade Forex. And we use the easy read charts, which hopefully makes it easier for a lot of people. Okay, this is always important. This is my risk disclaimer, and you can always pause the video and take a look at this. The main thing here that I'm trying to tell you is that I do produce my weekly videos for educational purposes only. I'm not giving you any trading or investment advice. I'm not telling you to do anything. Always view my videos at your own risk, and remember, if you're trading with real live money, trade with no more than 1 to 2% maximum of your outstanding balance. Okay, before we get to the live charts, on the weekend when I produce this video, I always go up to this website right over here. You can take a look, www.forexfactory.com, and I have a quick look at the calendar. The calendar is super important because it does give you very important news trading events from the economic side of things that impact the currencies, okay? And I always want to have a really good idea as to what's coming up for this coming week. So we have Monday here. You can see Monday, May the 21st. And when you do open up Forex Factory, it's free, by the way. So for the new subscribers from around the world, should always be doing this every time you take a trade, just to see if there's any news impact event that could certainly impact your trade if you have something open. Now, there's really not much happening on Monday and Tuesday. I'm just going to scroll down. You can see right here Wednesday. Now, Wednesday is a very important day, and Wednesday is, take a look right here. I'm going to actually highlight that for you. Take a look right here. Wednesday at 2 o'clock for the USD. It's the FOMC meeting minutes, and this is super important because it provides important information into the economic and financial conditions that could affect the future or near future interest rate decisions. So this is super important. This is always high impact. And when you see a red, when it's highlighted in red, that means that could certainly affect the currency rates and for the US dollar, and you could have movements of 60, 70, 80, 90 pips or more in just 5 minutes. So always keep that in mind, okay? So take a look at your calendar, and let me just take that off for a second. I don't believe there's anything else. That's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There is on Friday morning, 8:30. That's Eastern Standard Time, because I'm talking and I'm producing this video from Toronto, Canada. And here you can see at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have 1, 2, 3 red highlighted flags over here. These are called flags. U.S. the core durable goods, which could impact the interest. Could impact the price levels by quite a bit. And then we have some the Bank of England Governor Carney speaking. So they may say something that could also impact the interest levels or the price levels for the currencies that you're looking at. Okay, so that is the www.forexfactory.com. Always always pleased to provide you with some more information that could help your trading. So let me just take that off for a second. Okay, we're going to look at the charts right now. I normally start off with the Euro USD daily. That means each candle that you see, each bar, is 1 day's worth of price movement, okay? And you can see this red vertical line. Everything to the right side of this arrow and this red line happened last week. So this was last week's trading results. And you can see basically we had a bearish price did go up higher, but then went up to this pre-drawn resistance zone. I had drawn that in the previous week, and it actually reversed down from there in a very strong bearish movement. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different this week. I'm going to show you the last week's trade levels and the amount of pips that you could have made. Then I'm going to move the charts so that you could see what I expect to happen for this week. So I want to do this comparison to show you perhaps some of the things I do to post these levels on the charts for you, and actually what happened. I know a lot of you, or some of you, may not even believe the amount of pips that you could be making, but I've kept the levels on. I've not changed anything. I mean, you can go back to last week's video and you can see these exact same levels on last week's video to see that I've not changed anything. So for the Euro USD last week, if you would have taken a sell trade, and by the way, for the newcomers out there, I usually post two levels, a higher level and a lower level. And if you think price is going to go higher, okay, then you could be looking at trading opportunities above, in this case, 119.73. If you think price is going to go lower, then you would look for sell trades below 118.76. Okay, so let me take that off, and you can see I had this posted last week. If you would have taken a sell below 118.76 right here, you could have made approximately 64 pips. Now, I would have been in this trade right here, and I would have let it run one more bar, but take a look at this wick, this long shadow. So at the end of this candle right here, price went all the way down, but buyers brought it back up with a long lower wick, and I would have gotten out there. I would not have kept the trade open any more than that. The actual stop loss would have been, if I'm getting in here, based on this price level I posted, my stop loss would have been just above this big this area here, or even above the swing high right there. Okay, and so that's what happened with the Euro USD. Let me take that off, and I'm going to show you for this week. I've changed things a little bit, but I've got my levels in really tight. So again, take a look here. Price does the same chart as the last one I just showed you. I just cleaned it up a bit, and we're close to support. I've drawn in this support zone. So from here, price could go down a bit lower, bounce higher, and then come back lower down again. So you could see some this type of pattern. If you think prices from here, price is going to go lower, you could look at sell opportunities below 117.61. If you think price is going to go higher, whether it's a bounce from here, the support zone, and higher, you could wait, again, have some patience and wait for trade opportunity above 118.42. Okay, so now we're going to move to the British Pound USD. This is the exact levels I had on my charts the previous week. This was in my last week's video. I just want you to understand that. Okay, and this is what you see. And for here, for the British Pound USD, there are no trade opportunities. Price really did not go above here, above 36.23. Price did not really go below 134.46. There is no reason for me to even take a look at price going below here. You can see price is sitting at a major support zone. this rectangle was drawn in 2 weeks ago, okay, and as a major support zone, and I did not change it. I've kept it on the chart just to show you that what I'm doing, if you follow my videos from week to week, you're going to learn something, okay? Now, for this week, same thing, same chart, right? Okay, take a look. The chart the previous week, here's the chart for this week. Same chart. Nothing has changed. I've just drawn in some different zones here. This is support. Here's the next support. So if price was to come down lower, it's most likely it's going to hit this area. So that would be a target on your daily charts. Okay, that would be a target. Price from here may bounce higher. If you think price is going to go higher, look at buy opportunities above 135.74 to the downside below 134.45. Okay, now we go to the Australian USD. Take a look here. With this pair, if you would have taken a sell, you would have made a few pips, not a lot, about 22 pips in total. And this is this first candle. Take a look right here. Sunday, Monday. Actually, okay, I'm going to change the charts. Some of you, because you haven't gotten my new course yet, these are the easy read charts. I'm going to quickly change to just black and white, right? So hopefully you can understand what's happening with price action. White candles, when you see white candles, the bulls are in control or the buyers in control. When you see the black candles, these sellers are in control. So you can see here last week, price was in a retracement or pullback right there, okay? Price came back down. Then we came back up right away. Buyers brought price right up on the, this is the Wednesday's trading of last week right here, this white bullish candle. And then you can see Thursday and Friday, nothing, just a doji. Really, price didn't go anywhere. So, and you can see the MACD below here on this indicator, it's just sideways. The blue line's just sideways. So last week, though, you could have entered a trade after the Sunday, Monday, place a pending sell stop right here at 74.86. Okay, and this candle, this bearish candle, you would have gotten in and made approximately 22 pips. If you're an end-of-day trader and you only want to wait till 1 day, then you would have taken your profits. If you would have kept part of your trade open, this next day price went up again, and you would have lost a few pips. Okay, now for this week, Australian USD. I've got my levels here. You can see if you think price is going to go higher, again, price is sideways here, right? It's not really going anywhere. If you think price is going to go higher, look for buy opportunities above 0.7556. To the downside, you could look at sell opportunities below 0.7463. These levels here are very tight. I expect price to move one way or another, and my bias right now is to the downside. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, let's take a look, and let me take that off, and let's get to the next one. Gold, I'm just going to show you briefly. Gold is sitting at a major support zone, so from here you really want to have some patience and wait for price to break below here or price to break above here. And I've got, price goes higher, it could come back to retest the previous swing low or this level right here. Okay, so price could either go lower or higher. Right now it's just going sideways. Okay, and let's move on to the next chart. Now, 2 weeks ago, I had this level, the previous video for the New Zealand USD. These are my levels, and take a look here, guys. Okay, so on the Sunday, Monday trading right here, if you would have gotten in right here at below 69.45, you would have made this right there, and I would have let the trade run. In this case, let me just take that off. because this was a pretty good bearish candle. I would have let at least half the trade run a little bit longer. You would have made pips right down to here. So this is what happened in the last week, okay? And for this week, now I'm going to show you this week's levels, okay? Take a look. So you can see I'm looking for sells below 0.6865 right there. I'm looking for buys above 0.6943 right over there, okay? So that's what I see for the New Zealand USD. Right, before I continue, we're still in a completely bearish pattern. You can see prices has come down quite a ways. This is just a pullback, but price would actually have to move higher than 69.43 for us to consider possibly a deeper pullback to this next zone up here. So this would be a resistance zone here. Okay. Now, US CAD, let's take a look, guys. And this is what happened. This is from the previous video. I had these levels drawn here. And for the US CAD, this would have been a loser. Okay, so not everything's a winner, but this would have been a loser. I would have taken a buy on this, and I'll show you why. This, look at the 5 candles from this vertical line. This was last week. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and this first candle, Sunday and Monday. Let me switch right there. So, on the Sunday, Monday trading here, and with this broker, by the way, a lot of brokers from around the world combine the Sunday and Monday trading. Sunday, the first day of trading for the week, is usually very slow. There's not much volume, and so they combine it, and that's the way you should find a broker that does combine the Sunday and Monday. You don't want to see a separate candle just for the Sunday, the first day of trading. But here's Sunday, Monday, and then you see here on a buy right here, I would have gotten in above, because this is the level that was posted. I would have gotten in just above 128.56 right here, okay, and I would have made some pips. But then and I would have kept this trade open. The reason why, because it was a really good, like, look at this reversal right here, reversal to the upside, buyers in control, buyers brought it up here, okay. However, I would have kept it open just for the fact that this area is resistance, and I was expecting a price to move higher up to this area. However, I'm going to take this off again. And this is a bit of a lesson, guys, okay? Just a bit of a lesson, because you have to understand candlestick price action. This is a candlestick. See this long wick? Okay, so here, buyers tried to bring it all the way up. Sellers brought it down here, and price closed right there. So sellers, toward the end of the day, they ended up winning the battle. I mean, overall, buyers did bring it up. However, sellers did bring it down by quite a bit. So there was an indication that the buying pressure to the upside was weakening, okay? And you can see here, we also have, take a look down below, we have pink bars below the zero. So there was momentum to the downside overall, okay? And we have pink over here. So the trending indicator, this is the trending indicator, also showed weakness. So now, the next day, if you would have kept your trade open after making a few pips on this candle, the price went down completely, and then obviously you would have been out over here. The stop loss would have been below the swing low here. If you would have stayed in, you might still have gotten or been stopped out with this next little white candle, because again, take a look at that long tail to the downside right there, right? So you wouldn't have won. And anyways, I considered that as a loss. It was about 71 pip loss. Okay, not to worry. Let's look at this week. These are my levels for this week. Here is the easy read charts. Take a look at this big blue arrow and the dot. This means something. It's called a momentum squeeze, boost squeeze. It's a special signal that I teach in my course. I'm actually expecting from here price to go higher, at least again, to test the previous resistance right here, and I've drawn in the resistance zone. If price breaks here, it could go all the way up to this area. So I'm looking at buys above 128.87, just based on this signal candle right there. And also take a look, it's green here, green there. So we have green, green, and a bright green candle, which means momentum to the upside. Now, we may have a bit of a pullback first, but then I think, pretty sure price is going to go higher. Okay, so to the downside, you're looking at sells below 127.34. Okay, now we move to the next oil really quickly. Oil is last week, just I'm not going to talk much about it. It's kind of just sideways. Really, there's no power in these candles at all. So again, we're looking for a breakout either to the upside or to the downside. I'm thinking that price could certainly come back a little bit lower to test this lower trend line. Then from here, probably bounce back higher again. Okay, so that's that. And the reason we talk about oil, because if the price of oil is coming down, that's going to help the US dollar over the Canadian dollar if you're trading that pair. Okay, US Swiss franc with this long trending bullish channel. You can see that right here. Price here finally broke above. I had drawn this resistance zone a long time ago. Price had come back, but now it's not coming back below this area. And these are levels I had on my last week's video. So for the US Swiss franc, there was no trade opportunities. You can see right here the high and low of these candles. And actually, all these candles were really tiny. There's just no momentum or volume there. Price did not go above this level, or price did not go below this level. So no trade opportunity last week. For this week, though, I'm looking at this. Let me just bring that down. Here we go. Same chart. I've got my resistance, my support levels right here. If price breaks higher, we're looking at buys above 10070, lower below 0.9953. Okay, and again, let me just switch the chart so you can see the actual candlestick. So this is a bearish candle. You can see right here, it's black. There's a bit of a wick there, but sellers tried to bring it down, buyers tried to bring it up here at a minor support level. But if you think price is going to continue lower, it would come all the way down to back down to here, and look at sells below 0.9953. Okay, so here's a kind of a rounding top pattern, and also take a look down below. We have pink. This is, I teach you in my easy read charts. So there is momentum gaining to the downside. The upside is weakening. Okay, now we look at the next US Japanese yen. These are the levels I had posted the previous week in the previous video, if you're watching. And with this one, you could have made some pretty good money. You could have made 83 pips with this on a buy trade. Okay, and let me just explain that. So here you can see this first candle. This little doji right here was Sunday, Monday trading. Okay, before I do that, hang on for a second. Again, let's switch so that you can see the chart in two different ways. Okay, these are the regular charts with the black and white candles. Okay, and you can see Sunday, Monday, this candle combines the 2 days, a doji. So nobody's winning the battle. There's a tug of war going on between the buyers and sellers. Take a look at the next day, Tuesday. This was a nice up candle. Right there, I would have gotten in, would have had a pending buy stop above 109.56. You could have made, and by the way, your stop loss would have been right there, right below that candle. Okay, so right here, you could have made at least 1-to-1 at the resistance. if you would have let your trade run longer, you would have made more pips. But at least you would have made approximately the 83 pips. Okay, so that clears. Let me clear that up. Let me go to the next chart. Oh, I'm sorry. That was what happened the previous week. So that was a good winner right there. For this week, I've got my levels here. You can see support right here. Okay, this is now new resistance here, new resistance, and you can look at these as long-term target zones. People have always asked me, well, where could price possibly go? Well, if it clears this area here, okay, if it clears resistance, it will most likely go up to this area. Usually when price clears a resistance zone, price goes up, down, bounces, and then goes higher. Okay, so in this case, if you think price is going to go higher, look at buys above 110.84 or lower below 109.59, right? Okay, so that is for this coming week, and hopefully you like what I'm doing here. I'm showing you last week's video and what you could have made, and because you know, I don't know if you're following the videos week by week by week. You should be, because this is how you're going to learn. But this is what I posted, okay, the previous week, and this was another winner. The Euro British Pound. Take a look. It's the daily chart. With this one, you would have made about, not a lot here. I think you would have made about 33 pips. Let me explain. This candle here on the Sunday and Monday trading right here, right away you could have, on a daily chart, you could have posted placed a pending buy stop here, 0.8826, or just above there, and a pending sell stop below 0.8787. So with this first trading day in last week, price, it was bearish. Okay, again, let me switch. See, this is a bearish candle. It's a pin bar, right? And right there, if you want, you know, I was looking at a sell below this area right here, this moving average. So below here, you would have made some really good pips, and you would have made it down to getting in here. You would have the close of the candle was here, so you would have made those pips. And if you would have kept your trade open, you would have made some more. But this was the end of the day. Okay, so that's that. This is this week. The levels are really tight. I'm expecting price to either it looks like price is going to go lower. Okay, so that would be the first thing I'm looking at. But look at sells below 0.8717 or buys above 87.56. I just want to switch the chart again. There we go. So you can see we had a bearish move. It cleared the support zone. This is an inside bar right here. You can see buyers kind of tried to bring it up a bit. Sellers brought it down. Sellers are in control with these big three candles. 1, 2, 3. So sellers are clearly in control. You can see the MACD here, the short-term momentum indicator. The sellers in control, and there's momentum to the downside. You can see the trending indicator here. We have pink bars, and that means that the uptrend is losing steam. So I kind of still think that price is going to come down lower, and again below 0.8717 is the area I'm interested in. Okay, so that's for the Euro British Pound. Now we move to the Euro JPY. This is what I posted the previous week in that video, and for this one, this Euro JPY, this would have been a loss, but not a big one, 45 pips. So, by taking a buy trade, so see here. On this, if you would have had a buy stop just above 130.83, price did go up all the way here. Okay, if you would have had a target profit in mind, and you probably could have made some pips, but it did come back down. You can see this long shadow or long tail. So sellers are in control. Whenever you see a long shadow above a candle, okay? You can see, even though it started, the bulls or the buyers brought price all the way up, sellers brought it all the way down. So you can see at the end of the day, it's kind of a tug of war. And then this next day, for sure, price went down to the bearish side. So you would have probably lost a few pips there, but not a lot. Now for this coming week, here's my levels. Sell below 130.08 to the downside, and if it comes down, be aware that the major support is really close by. Here's a swing low, but here's a swing low, so price could just come back down to here, come back higher again, or break right through, right? Okay, but that's my level to the downside. For the upside, you want to see a buy opportunity above 131.34. Okay, so let me just take that off, clean up the chart. Let's move on to Euro Audi. We're almost finished, guys. Hang with me. I know we're at about the 30-minute mark, but this is the levels I had drawn in the previous week, and you can see here getting in below this moving average, which acts as support. Okay, this is the 89 EMA. Having a sell stop below 157.64, it would have made some pretty good pips. And I had this pre-drawn. I had this support zone drawn in the previous week, so I'm not adding this in now. I'm not saying that I'm not making this up. Okay, I've not changed my charts. I'm showing you my chart from last week's video. So with this one, you would have made about 67 pips. Okay, stop loss would have been here 1-to-1. You would have made it 1-to-1 right around there. Okay, so let's take that off for a second. Let's move on to this week. Very tight levels. I'm looking at a sell below 156.47 and a buy above 157.34. Again, when I post these levels, I'm talking about look for opportunities above here, look for opportunities below there. Okay, and I've got my this support level drawn in already, and this support level drawn in. Okay, so I will probably show you this same exact chart next week. If you keep following my video, I'm going to show you next week to see what happened. Okay, so that's the recap, and then also the forecast for the coming week. Now finally, we got the British pound, Japanese yen. With this one, this was a big money maker. This you had a chance with a buy trade, a buy opportunity above 148.63, and you would have made about 98 pips. So this would have been a really good money maker for you. Okay, and again, take a look. Sunday, Monday, we had a bullish candle right there. In fact, I would have probably placed a buy stop just above there, and I did have this posted in the previous video above 148.63. So from here, you would have made at least up to this. See this 200 EMA? You would have made that if you would have had a target profit level there. But if you would have let your trade run, you would have made all this over here. Okay, so finally, the trade levels for this week. You can see I've got my resistance levels in these rectangles, and I've got my support here. Again, take a look. For this week, you could look at sells below 148.68 right here, and look for buy opportunities above 150.11. Okay, so that's what I see. That's the end of the video. I went on a little bit longer than I wanted to. I'm going to try to get these videos down, but it's really difficult because of all the different charts I'm showing. But if you like my video, keep watching on YouTube. Click on the like button. I really appreciate that. I want as many people to click on the like button, and click on the subscribe button if you haven't done so, so that way you're going to get all my weekly videos. And finally, if you want to learn how to trade Forex using my new Easy Read charts, I've got a new course. It's not expensive. The new course is called Forex Success in 5 weeks. And you can email me. My name is Martin, right here. Email me for your free 33-page ebook on Forex Success in 5 Weeks. Here's my email address, mskyj007@gmail.com. Take care, everyone. Safe trading. Watch out for the FOMC high impact news this Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what it is, what time zone that you're in, but just keep that in mind. You can always go to forexfactory.com to get that latest information, and we'll see you again next week. Take care.